You might have seen the headlines about a violent confrontation in Ikolomani, Kenya, but this is so much more than just a local dispute. It's a story about a massive fortune in gold, buried right under a community's feet, and the deadly, tragic consequences of deciding who gets to claim it. We're going to break down exactly what led to this tragedy.
So let's start with a number, a really tragic one, 4. That's how many people lost their lives in the clashes between residents and police. This number, right here, is the immediate, heartbreaking cost of this entire dispute. So what happened? Well, it all started with a protest over gold mining rights. What was supposed to be a community demonstration, a way to voice their frustrations, very quickly spiraled into a violent and ultimately a fatal confrontation with law enforcement.
To really understand the impact of what happened that day, we have to look beyond the statistics and into the lives of the actual people who were caught in the chaos.
One of the 4 people who died was a man named Conrad Ashoya. He was a carpenter, and according to his family, he wasn't even an active part of the protest when his life was tragically cut short.
His family says he was just at work, simply standing outside a shop, when everything turned violent. I mean, his story really highlights the terrifying, random nature of the violence that day. It wasn't just protesters who were affected, but bystanders too. And, for every life that was lost, there are survivors left with both physical and emotional scars. Victor Alvin was shot during the demonstrations. He survived, but his story is a powerful reminder of the many others who were injured in the clash. And this tragedy, it wasn't one-sided. While the community was mourning 4 of their own and taking care of 3 others with gunshot wounds, 2 police officers were also attacked and left in critical condition. It was just a day of profound loss for absolutely everyone involved.
So, you have to ask, what could possibly spark this kind of violence? The answer, it turns out, lies deep underground. It's rooted in a dispute over an absolutely incredible amount of money.
The number at the very center of this conflict is just staggering. 680 billion shillings. That's billion with a B. That's the estimated value of the gold sitting right underneath Ikolomani. When the stakes are that high, you can see how tensions are bound to erupt, especially when the local community feels like they're being completely shut out.
The community's main complaint, their core grievance, really centers on the tender process. They're accusing the government of not being transparent, of being insincere in how their land is being acquired for mining. All they're asking for is a fair, open process to decide who gets to profit from the wealth that's literally under their feet.
And this quote from a resident just cuts right to the heart of it all. It's not that they're totally against mining itself. What they're demanding is a global, transparent bidding process where the winner is known to everyone and, most importantly, is accountable to the community.
Okay, so in the wake of all this violence, the official response was swift. It led to a wave of arrests and an aftermath that is anything but calm. Police confirmed a total of 63 arrests. And what's really significant here is that 2 of the people arrested were members of the county assembly, local politicians, who the authorities accused of actually funding the protests. The community's response was just as swift. You had families gathering, even camping out right outside the police station, demanding the release of their loved ones. Residents describe what was happening as a campaign of door-to-door raids and harassment. So the police operation has been pretty extensive. You've got the arrests and the house searches. But on top of that, authorities are also trying to find a missing ammunition magazine that has 16 bullets in it, which is just adding another layer of tension to everything. And now a heavy police presence blankets the area to stop any more demonstrations.
And that's where things stand today. Lives have been lost, dozens of people are in jail, and the central dispute over that 680 billion shillings of gold is completely unresolved. The tension in Ikolomani is still dangerously high, and you get the feeling this story is far from over.
This entire situation, really, it all boils down to a critical question that goes way beyond just Ikolomani. When a community's land sits on a literal fortune, who truly has the right to decide its future? And maybe more importantly, who should ultimately get to benefit? It's a question with no easy answer.